Governor Ron DeSantis. Is that how you say it, or is it DeSantis?
Whatever. We don't need to pronounce it correctly.
Okay? It's the stupid.
This motherfucker here.
Florida strikes again.
Yeah, Florida man heard saying, "Fucking what? So what was it? I don't even know if it was a debate. Was it a debate or was it just a straight interview?
No, it was a debate.
Yeah, he running for.
It was the governor. How do you say it? Gubernatorial debate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost November. Another year, another voting push, and motherfuckers making it seem like they the best thing available for your city, your state, whatever. But during this debate, Governor DeSantis made the comments, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going by what I have as far as the cliff notes here, made the comments of children should not be taught that America is on or was, how do I say this shit here?
Built on.
Built
on.
Yeah, I gotta turn this down for the rest of the Sullies hear this and get crazy.
That it was built on basically the blacks of slaves.
Stolen land.
Yeah, that as well.
Stolen land.
So I don't know. I didn't listen. I didn't even want to listen to his reasoning behind it or the justification of wanting to remove that tidbit of information from our children's education as they come up and understanding, where, all of this came from, how it came about, and the divide that we currently have till this day in this country. Insert Deontay Wilder clip, but I don't get it. I don't understand it. Pop, I'm going to let you elaborate, and I'm going to let you start this topic off for us, sir.
So I don't know, Chips. Your employer, did y'all have off for Columbus Day?
No.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
I was about to say, do y'all ever did you, as long as you've been working it, did you ever have that day off?
No.
Okay. All right. So this don't really apply to you, but for example, my son, he's in kindergarten. They give us the calendar. On the calendar, it said Indigenous People / Columbus Day. He had the day off. From what I'm hearing, there's certain people who, if they employer don't recognize it as Columbus Day anymore, or if the school district don't recognize it as Columbus Day anymore, it's not a holiday no more. They not giving it off anymore.
Damn.
So it's like it's only when the white man discovered America, it's a holiday. But when it's Indigenous People Day, now y'all could go to work for that.
Well, listening to the radio, because I don't listen to this shit down here. We listen to Hot 97. They had some people call in, and there was some, I believe it was Long Island, some schools in Long Island that had it as Indigenous People Day, and they had the day off. But
because New York is still New York at the end of the day. But other places are a little different. But anyway, so piggybacking off of that, the fact that they changing the name to Indigenous Peoples Day and just informing people that he ain't discovered something. It was already here. It wasn't a new land that nobody populated. And he said, "Hey guys, we have this fresh, untouched, untapped resource." No, people were living here. It was a civilization already here, and people should know that. Instead of thinking that Columbus came over here where he thought he was going to the Middle East, ended up in the Caribbean, called it the West Indies because he got lost. And then just acting like he discovered everything. But it's like they don't want people to know the truth. And that's whether it's at this point in this day and age, whether it's in school or it's not in school, it's too much access to information. you could try to fight it all you want. You could go and say, because at the end of the day, he's just trying to win the race. So I'm pretty sure he got some type of stats that says that the people that that he needs to win over feels like it should still be called Columbus Day, and we should celebrate that and
It's
blah blah
Florida.
blah.
It's
Right.
Florida.
So right, exactly. So that's all he's really doing. He's just saying, hey, you know, as long as I'm here, as long as I'm in charge, we are not going to be teaching the truth. We're going to be teaching the story that we've been telling everybody for the last 50, 60, 100 years. And that's pretty much what it is. He just want to keep the lie alive. He don't want the lie to change. But I feel like it doesn't even matter, honestly. It doesn't matter. Even though it should be known and it should be taught 100%. I have a sister-in-law who's a teacher. She moved on to a different type of teaching, but she did her own thing. Like, you know, they get their curriculum for the year, but it leaves a lot of room for them to do what they want to do. And she would always incorporate her own her own education and stuff into it. It was a lot of white students and Hispanic kids that she was teaching at the time, and she was educating on them on a bunch of stuff. Wasn't preaching to them, but just letting them know, like, yo, black people did this, Native Americans did this. Just letting them know what it is. So he can run on that and probably going to win because they like him down there a lot. But in this age of information, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yo, Pop's sister was Aunt Viv when she taught that Bel Air High.
Your man Will thought he had an easy. He was like, I said. What you think, PH?
No, I'm gonna start off.
You almost there. You close enough.
Yeah, definitely am. But I'm gonna start this off by quoting my man Charlemagne. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida.
That's
okay?
a fact. That is a fact.
So I don't. So they started off with slavery, taking that out the history. Don't want to teach the kids that because white people was
feeling guilty.
And having panic attacks. Kids was coming home asking their parents stuff, thinking that
say the line that he said. Say the line that he said about slavery.
No.
Where he said you're teaching the black kids that they were the oppressed and the white kid that they are the oppressor.
Mm.
Well, they was. But
bingo.
No, I'm just saying it's
bingo.
I don't understand. Well, of course I won't, because being black, we're taught from birth how everything is and how everything was supposed to be. How our grandparents had to live, what they couldn't do, and now they got this Columbus shit where it's pretty much the Italians. That's their man's. That's their savior, and they're trying to keep it alive.
Mm.
Without him, this is just like they don't have anything, or that's their day. I really feel like they just talking to just talk. They really don't care. They don't care. They don't have no heart, man. None at all. However they feel, whatever they have going on in their lives. So, that shit just annoys me, man. Annoys me to my core. And he just stood up there like what he was saying was just
gospel.
Beyond gospel. Like, yo, what are y'all talking about? Like, are y'all stupid? I'm telling y'all this, and y'all saying this other shit. Like, that's wrong. What I'm saying is right. And it's always been right, and it'll always continue to be right. Knowing that, hey, Columbus came here and the Indians was here, and this is how quote unquote Thanksgiving started and all this other bullshit. But he found it.
Native Americans, sir.
Yeah, my fault. Native Americans. I apologize. But if they got here and the Native Americans was here and they was breaking bread, how did you find it?
They was breaking bread.
How did you find this? And they was already here.
Gotta make it sound good, man.
Yeah, you sound stupid. You telling a story, but your story sounds real confusing. I'm getting a little bit more. I'm getting a little upset. Go ahead,
Yo, it's Florida, man. It's Florida. Between Florida and Texas, I don't know who worse. I don't know who worse. Between DeSantis and DeSantos, whatever his name is.
Nah, he ain't Spanish. He Italian. Put that Italian accent on it.
Fucking and Ted Cruz, like I blame Trump. I'm blaming Trump. I blame Trump for all of it. I'm still on that fucking way. Blame Trump. He made it okay for these motherfuckers to come out here and say exactly how they fucking feel. But I will have to give Florida a shout out. Shout out to all the Florida people that was there in that debate that booed his ass and that gave him a negative response when he was saying that bullshit. That's the first time I ever saw that. First time. I mean, he ignored the shit out of it. he ignored the shit out of it.
Talking without a pause. Like, yeah, he was like that noise wasn't even there.
I don't know what y'all talking about, but you know, but they gave him negative response. Excuse me. So shout out to them for that. But yo, this is just them. This is what they run off on their base. And this is why when I had debates with people about the far right versus, you know, the left and, you know, liberals and all that shit, I asked them this one simple question. Are you okay with racism? Because all these motherfuckers that you are defending and rooting for, this is what they exude. Like, this is what they represent. This is what they believe in. What he said?
He said, "Look at you with using a big word."
But this is what they do. This is their foundation. We want to take this shit back to let's make America great again. Mm-hmm. Right? When we ran supreme, we did everything. We got you everything you needed. We led the way. This is what they want to portray. And they don't want to let that go. Right? From fucking they giving us colored people the freedoms that we have today. To controlling the woman. Right? The whole abortion shit, right? This is what they run off. This is and it's idiots out there that follow. Mm-hmm. It's idiots out there that follow. And it's going to be an idiot that's right next to you that you cool with. You know what I'm saying? That's why listen, I have this Chinese anesthesiologist. She's my medical director. And she's a diehard Trump fanatic. I'm making my business to get under her skin every fucking chance I get. She done cursed me out in the OR. Because I was talking about Trump. You know what I'm saying? But this is what you gotta do. You just gotta keep giving it to him, man. I'm like I said, shout out to those people that was in that debate. And the sad part is it's gonna be swept under the rug. I mean, y'all already said all the shit how does he discover something that was already there? People was living there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just mind blowing. It's just but you want to keep running with that story. You know what I'm saying? And like Pop said, it's too much. Not, and I don't even want to go. We woke. Nah, we not woke. It's just information is there, bro. We know the facts. We know what it is. You can't keep telling me the same lie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's Florida though. It's Florida. And what do you expect? That's all I'm gonna say. What do you expect? I want to move somewhere that's hot, but I'm scared to death to move to Florida. All right, I'll tell you that right now. But between them motherfuckers and the hurricanes, I don't know if I'm gonna survive. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Yo, PH, I didn't even. Yo, shout to you. I didn't even tie in the whole Italian history. Him being Italian and Columbus, I didn't even tie all of that in. That makes even more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, so only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace.
And me.
And Weathers.
Nah. Fuck Weathers.
Look, I just said me. You ain't have to say the whole government. God damn.
Hey, Chip started, so I just finished, right?
So for me, this shit, you know what this shit reminds me of? Remember the little TV show?
I mean, does his name come up on when we post this?
No,
no.
We took that off. So.
Oh shit, my bad.
But nah, so this shit reminds me of, remember the little sitcoms we used to watch, and the little kids was in school, and they would have, vote for class president, and they have these little elections and shit, and the little kid would get up there and be like, yeah, chocolate milk every day. We taking the water fountains out, and it's gonna be juice from now on. That's what the fuck this shit reminds me of. Cause it's like the most obscene shit being said to, like y'all said, to get the votes. Like, oh shit, really? Chocolate milk? You got my vote. Fuck it. Like, we're not gonna teach our kids that shit. You got my vote. But here's my issue with it. I don't have an issue with him saying this shit. The reason I don't is because honestly, if that was something that they were really wanting to do, it could be done. Here in Virginia, between my sisters and now my daughter being, educated here in Virginia, I would ask questions. I would look through their history books and shit. It would have nothing about American history. Literally, the only history that they would learn was on Virginia and the 13 colonies. So like all of their history books stop at the 13 colonies, Jamestown, all of that shit. But it would leave, I want to say it didn't, I won't say it glossed over, but it never went into detail about what actually happened right here in this very fucking state as far as slave trades, where, a very popular street downtown Richmond, which we all know now because we know of the history, was a fucking buy station for black people, where they would bring you and fucking parade you around and be like, you want this nigga here, you want this nigga there. Like, it was literally right fucking downtown, where, unfortunately, here in Richmond, black people kill each other every fucking weekend. So it's fucking amazing to me. But I would just say, him saying that shit is perfectly fine for me, because you know what? I've always been of the belief of, just tell me who you are and let me know where you stand, and that way I have the decision to make of how I carry it with you and how I move forward with you. What black parents or what white parents are gonna do the due diligence of, if they do make that change, giving your kid the full fucking story? That's where the challenge needs to be at, as far as being a parent and holding yourself accountable to where, even if that is the curriculum, it shouldn't be on the teacher only, Pop. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be on your sister only. Us as parents have to do that legwork of, this is what you're learning? Okay, maybe I need to take a little extra 30 minutes to an hour each week or each day to go over a little bit more history with you. What parents are really going to take that time to do that extra work and not just say, it's up to the school to educate you or teach you all of that shit? That's where my beef comes into play at, because I feel like as I've seen it. We got kids having kids, people being too young to have kids and having children, and they don't do that, they don't do that extra shit where it's being a parent, taking the extra steps to educate your child on more than just what they teach you in school, being there to give them more lessons than what somebody else is, or being accountable on what your child learns and it not just being somebody else's responsibility to teach your kid. So for me, that's where I want to see the change at. Again, I like that these politicians are being real and honest now. I'm glad Trump gave them that power and they feel strong about it. Now we know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
and everybody that votes for you, we know who the fuck you are. You're standing out perfectly fine now. And that's cool. Now I know how to, because like you said, it'll be the motherfucker right next to you.
Right next to you.
And now these motherfuckers are either A, being real brave and like, fuck it, yeah, I voted for him. Or they're like, shit, I can't say it because he gonna know I don't even fuck with that. I just be working next to him just so I don't get fired. But I really don't like this motherfucker. So it's like it makes it less awkward for me, but more awkward for them, in my opinion. So that's just where I am with that shit. Fuck them.
Yo, there's a city in Florida called Plantation, Florida. That's the name of the town, Plantation.
Right. There's a ski resort out here called Massanutten.
Excuse me?
Yes. Yes. It's called Massanutten. That's the name of the town. And it's like, that's like literally probably like one of the only few like ski resort areas here in fucking Virginia. But it's called Massanutten.
You know what's crazy too? I don't want to drag this shit on, but how can you try to eliminate the Native Americans when most of the shit is still have Indian names? The states, the cities, all throughout the United States, it still have the original. Well, I'm not gonna say original, but still have names from tribes and different Indian, Native American cultures still exist. But you wanna that shit don't make no sense, yo.
Bruh, like when I say they tried to gloss over this shit, like there are bed and breakfasts here in Virginia, and they make it a point to pinpoint that, oh, well, this was an outhouse for so and so's plantation, or like it's literally fucking bed and breakfasts on plantations, and one of I forgot where the fuck this shit was, but like one of the rooms was in a separate house, but it was literally it was the nigga house where you would stay, or where they would stay, the slaves would stay, and all they did was they just put a bed in there. It still got like the log cabin look and all of that shit. Like it's fucking unbelievable. And they try and petition it or put it out there as this is just legacy, or this is old Williamsburg or old Petersburg, road. Like they add different words and they try and add different nostalgia to it. Like, yeah, this is the way, things used to be when the colonies were first arrived. When completely missing the fact of when the colonies first arrived, there was also with fucking slaves on their back. Like, it's just amazing to me.
Back when America was great.
Make it great again.
Speaking of stupid niggas, recently we talked about I'm sorry, Poodle would kill me if he would. Poodle would, my bad, Poodle. I'm gonna say it now, my bad, Poodle. But
N-word.
Yeah, exactly.
N-word.
Nah, why Pop say it like that?
Cause he be jumping up. N-word.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Kanye motherfucking West. Now we talked about this recently. We talked about, the recent shit that he said, and now it looks like everybody else is fed the fuck up. We weren't just the only ones, guys. Okay, but recently, he had already made the announcement that he and Gap were no longer, maintaining that partnership. But as of, was it yesterday or today? I think it was yesterday.
It's been a whole week.
Yeah, but Adidas came out and said that they are terminating the contract with Kanye West and his Yeezy brand. But it's fucking crazy to me because in that stipulation, he has a non-compete for, I believe, the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they deem to be able to maintain and control all proceeds following this termination. So they're not paying him. They didn't say that they were stopping production of everything as far as what's already out there. And he can't do shit for at least 2 years, basically. So with that, this leads to the question of, Adidas and Gap's, severing those ties. Would you say that this is A, good for business or bad for business? PH, I'm going to start with you.
Man. It's a tough one.
Go with Adidas first. Is it good business for Adidas or bad?
For them to do it how they're doing it, still good. If you can still make Yeezys and sell them and still have that name on there, they still gonna buy them shits. They still go hit the resale market. People still gonna pay that money for them sneakers. They don't care. Oh yeah, he said that? Yeah, but when the sneakers coming out though?
And what about Kanye? Because he won it out. Is this good or bad for him?
This ain't even no slow crawl. Nah, this is the whole avalanche coming down on the guy. He is headed for every single disaster possible happening to him right now, man.
Because it's not just Adidas. It's Adidas, it's Balenciaga,
Louis Vuitton, Gap.
All of them, yeah.
Everybody like, nah, we not fucking with you no more. But he always said he wanted to make his own shit, be his own brand and all that other shit.
That's why I asked, is it good for him too? Getting a release.
But if he got a non-compete, can he make stuff?
It's not forever.
But 2 years.
Yeah. You go create in those 2 years, and once it's up.
People have a short memory, and if he can't be out there being who he is for 2 years, I don't think he can hold. I don't think his name can hold up. If nobody's taking no interviews, he can't. Ain't nobody really gonna want to make music with him. It's a lot of stuff that's gonna be factored into all of this, and I don't think his name's gonna hold water for 2 years just sitting on the shelf.
And with Pop bringing up the Kanye side of it, because I didn't even think about that part, just to give some detail, immediately today, with the announcement and with the separation, Kanye West went from being a billionaire classified in Forbes to now net worth being $400 million. So basically, in less than 24 hours, $600 million difference. So I'll just
it had to be more than 6 because he kept saying he was a few billion.
The richest black man in the world.
I'm just saying, we didn't know the exact billion he was at,
He said, and I quote, on what's his dude name?
Drink Champs?
Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan says his account is 120 million. You got 120 million account.
So it's hard to separate it, but because that's the reason why he's in the issue he's in now. If he would have never said what he said about Jewish people, let's say everything panned out the same way, it was just no Jewish comment, I think it's a win-win. Because the companies get what they want. Kanye got to sit down for 2 years, but he'd be free release from the companies, and he get to release everything on his own and hopefully make the next deal the way he want to make it, because that's my biggest beef with him. But the problem is the beef with the Jewish people.
But I was getting ready to say, minus the Jewish people, he wouldn't have to sit for 2 years. They wouldn't get rid of that.
That's still in the contract regardless.
What?
That he can't.
The non-compete is in the contract.
No. What I'm saying is, you saying if he didn't say anything about the Jewish people.
No, because he wanted to get released regardless. This was his way. This was his way of trying to get out of his contracts. That's what this shit really was. He was doing all this shit to try to get out of his contracts because they wasn't letting him out. The writing was on the wall. It's no coincidence that Adidas started putting out stuff that looked like Yeezy brand in the last year or so. That's not a coincidence. The partnership was coming to an end. It was just when was it going to happen? So, and it's like Chris said in his contract, like he can't do nothing Yeezy related, Donda related. He can't do none of that. But if there was no issues with the Jewish people, the shit could have worked. He could have sat for 2 years, and he can still promote what his new shit gonna be. He's just not selling it. He could have still performed and did interviews and everything else, wearing stuff, and you like, oh, what's that he's wearing? And you know what's going to happen in the next couple years, but he's not going to get any backing from any manufacturer, any warehouse, anybody that has power in that industry is not going to touch him. But then again, who knows, man? Who knows?
Chill, son. AliExpress gonna hook him up.
You never know, man. Like because you said people have short memory, but the Jewish people was the strongest. The strongest group, man.
So I was having I had this exact conversation again with my young boy at work. He thinks Ye can survive this. I don't know if he can survive this, bro.
I don't. It's hard. I can't see it.
I don't know if he can survive this. Even if he can sit down for 2 years, go to Wyoming and whatever, I don't know if he can survive this. Like when you have this many corporations and businesses, strong, big corporations, J.P. Morgan, Balenciaga, Adidas. If you have all the, and now the athletes is leaving, you know what I mean? We just got word that Aaron Donald and what's the other athlete?
Jaylen Brown.
Who?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. You got that. So you got your ex-wife, you know, tweeting. She always tweeted support of you, even through all your crazy shit. But now she going against you. And we know, it's as shameful as it is, we know the pull that Kim Kardashian has.
Yeah.
She said immediately, he has not been affiliated with this brand of swims in a couple of years. Please.
So I don't know, like, he really was under the impression that you can't cancel me. Nah, bro.
Yeah, he said that on J Champs.
Nah, bro.
Say anything anti-Semitic and Adidas can't drop me.
Well, you gone.
He said it twice.
Well, you gone. You gone.
But I think he was doing that on purpose, though. Like,
of course, because he crazy, bro. He crazy. He ain't thinking right. He crazy. He crazy. But to the question, I think it's good for business. I think
on Adidas, on the brand side, or
on
Kanye?
The brand side, on the brand side, like I just think it's smart for business. Like I said with the Adidas shit, I can still make Yeezys. I can still make shit that look like Yeezys, and people gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? And to again, this goes back to it's perfect tie-in to the the far right Republican shit that they be saying, you know what I'm saying? But just with Jewish people or whatever the case may be. We don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't have you representing this organization saying shit that you saying. You know what I'm saying? So I could cut ties with you and I could still keep my business going. Aaron Donald, a young black man, trying to make it and be the best that he could be. I don't need to be associated with somebody crazy. You know what I'm saying? So,
this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Did Antonio Brown really have a job over there?
Yo, wait.
What? What happened? Tupac and
My bad, yo.
Yo,
we trying to have a serious conversation, Papa T.
My bad, son.
Nah, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. Yo, but do AB really have a job? Did he have a job over there?
Probably.
Who has a? There's no over there.
No, I said did
I'm saying there's no over there. There's no real thing. Donda's not real.
So who was Aaron Donald on them side to? Nothing?
Nothing. Just like them kids go to a fake school. All that shit that's not real, man.
My bad. Shit.
He said them kids go to a fake school.
But yeah, man, I think it was good for business. I think they did the right thing. I think Adidas though was trying to hang on for dear life, praying to God.
Yeah,
they ain't have to make this move. But you know, it got to a point where they had to do what they had to do.
Yeezy saved Adidas, man.
Oh, he definitely brought him out of the.
Let's not go that far.
No.
Not save. He made them.
I don't want to say. All right, saving is.
Yes, he made them. He made them bigger than what they were. Yeah,
a lot bigger.
Yes, yeah, but it wasn't like they was.
No, they wasn't dying because they had a strong hold on athletic and like runway and shit like that. Yeah. So he didn't save them, but he made them
He made them urban popular. He made them very urban popular.
I was thinking more towards shoes, like sneakers, not like jerseys.
No, he definitely revived that part of the brand.
Yes, yeah, he did.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think it was good for business, and like I said, Kanye can be canceled. And I think he on his way.
I feel like every time I think it's over for him, he goes simple with some good soul music, and he's back again.
So I would say Adidas had no choice. So brand wise, yes. It's perfect for them. They made the right decision. You can't be affiliated or seem like you're promoting or supporting someone with those views and someone with that is publicly willing to go out and speak and say those views. So as a company decision, it's the only thing that they could do. It's definitely the only thing that they could do to remain relevant and not necessarily throw off their brand as a whole. I was having a conversation earlier today as well where it was, oh, well, you know, this is what Kanye wanted to do anyway. He'll be fine by himself. And he's proven that he can do it on his own. And so my debate was, when? When is Kanye proven that he could be successful in clothing and apparel sales on his own? Everything that we've seen, everything that we've gotten has been through a collab with somebody else. So they brung up different things.
I ain't gonna lie, that's bars. That's bars. I ain't gonna lie.
So that was my views. They brung up Yeezy season, and he had like different Yeezy seasons before the Adidas and the Gap collaboration. I don't recall hearing nothing about that shit. Maybe I just wasn't, that was back in my broke days. I wasn't buying shit like that. I don't know.
It wasn't no footwear. It might have been some t-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying, like apparel, and they were selling out. It wasn't on this level. As much as we want to talk shit about he made Adidas and he made Gap. That shit made him too. And now that they own the molds, they own all of that branding.
I disagree with you there. Nah.
I don't think that didn't make him.
He could have went to any one of them big manufacturers and it would have been the same outcome. He just needed somebody to mass produce.
I agree with that.
He just needs somebody to mass produce his ideas.
But it would have been that brand having to give him the do whatever you want. Do it. Yeah. So I agree, but he wasn't doing it on his own.
No. Listen,
he wasn't doing it on his own.
Sway tried to give him the answer, man.
Sway ain't have the answer. Sway ain't have the answer.
But and so that's where if I don't know
the Rihanna, man, doing it on her own, man.
I feel different about it because if it was as easy as going to any brand, you know what I mean, and just doing that, how is it that Adidas owns the rights to, you know what I mean? Like, how are they keeping everything? Like, why was it that you signed that contract if you felt that confident about yourself that gave them total control if y'all parted ways?
Yo, PH, you remember that episode on Button Podcast when he was like, I want to see his contracts? That's the same thing Joe Budden said. He was like, it's one thing you get raped when you're a new artist and you sign a bad deal and then your first sneaker deal with Nike and Louis Vuitton, you get raped. At this point, you should not be getting raped no more. And it's like, when you hear stuff like that, like you signed that deal,
that you just like you get nothing, you get no parts of it, and you have a non-compete that you gotta wait now. That's a lot.
You ain't getting no equity. You ain't getting no seat on the board. You didn't get anything.
That's like saying you don't own your masters, basically.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me. It's
crazy when you in your late 30s, when you've been experienced in all of that and you still sign that. That's crazy. I understand it. I can understand it more if you're younger and you don't know everything. You don't have the leverage that he had coming in. That's crazy.
It's not like you didn't know who you were. You know what I mean? Like the shit he did to fucking Designer. Oh, I'm gonna pay you this much for Panda, and then I'm gonna put it on another song, and then I'm gonna make it hotter, and I'm gonna make double or triple whatever it was that you made.
Right.
Like you had been in this game, you had been established. Like so, for me, it's crazy. Like, and I just don't get it. But business wise, definitely a smart move and a great move by all of those businesses that are now separating themselves and getting out ahead of it and not waiting for backlash and then saying, oh, fuck it, now we got to separate. Like, do it. So I anticipate him trying something later on down the line, once the 2 years pass and he can. Would I say I look forward to it? Probably not. But just like already in a day, like I think I was looking at some foam runners about 2 weeks ago, and them shits was about like 120 something, 140 maybe, for like the sand color foam runners on one of those reseller apps. Today, them shits was up to 195, 210. I said, these motherfuckers is ready to get this bread. They like, you know what? Never gonna be sold again. Prices is up now.
I seen the opposite. Like looking for sneakers, the prices was going down.
When did you look?
It probably started that way, and then it probably starting to go up now. Cause you got to think they're gonna stop producing.
Yeah, it was earlier today. Probably early this morning.
Look, the same ones I was looking at earlier today, the desert sand ones, those 185 earlier today. Now, my same size, 229. Shit is crazy. Dookie.
Retail is out for me.
Them shit is going crazy now. And mind you, that's a $90 sneaker. Retail price is $90. Fucking crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, for Yeezy, I don't think this is like. I feel like I won't say it's no coming back, but it's gonna be very, Like he gonna have to really go on like an apology tour on some. Listen, I wasn't in the right space. I stopped taking my meds at this time. Like you gotta come up with some excuse. But outside of that, it's very hard to bounce back from this. Like
only way he's gonna be able to do that is he got to check himself into some facility immediately.
Nah, he got to get the backing of a Jewish person. That's it. A big one though.
either that or like all the black people used to do, he gotta go to Mr. Farrakhan. He got to pop up with a bow tie and some bean pies and some bean pies. But no, like seriously, nobody's gonna want to associate themselves with that. Like it's gonna be really crazy and really difficult for him to bounce back from that, and just to be able to say, like, yeah, let's do business. Or if he does, it's gonna be an even worse type of contract because the company's gonna be like, yo, we can't trust you. Take it or leave it. And he gonna get forced into signing some real fucked up contract to where exactly what it's gonna be 10 times worse now. Like, bro, you have no leverage now. Like before all of this, you were the A side. You were the A, like you could navigate and dictate the terms of shit. Honestly, and I feel so fucked up for what I'm about to say.
Don't say it.
If he would have left out the Jewish shit and only said the fucked up George Floyd shit, nobody would have left.
Dude.
Every fucking body would have stayed. He'd have had all of his endorsements still. He'd have had everything. Black people would have been in a rage for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's too long.
You're right. I'm being generous with the week, bar. I'm being generous. But motherfuckers would have been right back. He'd have been good. Soon as you start talking about them other, and it's unfortunate to say, soon as you start talking about them other races and them motherfuckers that really control shit, shit go downhill very fucking fast.
That's a fact.
Big fact.
But yeah, good luck to everybody on both sides, man. Fucking, I don't wish that on nobody, but you gotta do better, man. With that type of power and that type of fucking influence, you can't just go around saying stupid shit like that, i.e. Donald Trump. Too inflammatory,
Blame Trump.
Man.
Blame Trump. Blame Trump with my mind.
Save mine.
Look, fuck that.
Bro.
Save mine.
Bro. You big dummy.
He done fucked up his audio.
Look, and now he can't even fix it.
Nah.
Am I back?
Yeah, you back.
Yeah, you back.
Blame Trump. Blame that motherfucker.
Yeah, I should have said no. We couldn't hear him, so he could just talk to the mic, saying stupid shit.
Nah, see, we got a show to keep going. Stop. See, look, you're trying to fuck up the show.
Nah, that would have been good content.
But, but like, well, all right, next topic, man, and this is going to be the last one for the day, man. And I think this is a very good topic to end the day on. So it's been a meme going around. Was that like an official quote by somebody in particular, or was it just a random person?
Who knows? It was,
I think it was a random person. Random person.
They said it.
Yeah, they are quoted and saying,
"Yep, they.
If this pussy is yours, or if this is your pussy, then those pockets are mine."
I'm confused.
The only way I can interpret that is, if I'm, as a woman, if I'm expected to give up the goods, motherfucker, you gotta pay for it.
No, it's from the man's point of view.
No way.
Yeah, it's
See, that's why I said I was confused.
If that's my pussy, these your pockets. Simple.
What does that mean?
It means that if all you gotta do, if you want my pocket, then the pussy is mine. That's basically what he's saying.
I'm out. Nah, fuck that. Whoever wrote this shit need to be stoned.
The exact quote is, if that's my pussy, these your pockets. Simple.
So I take that as if you give me your pussy, you got these pockets. Meaning I'm a trick all over you.
Yeah.
So all right. Let's reel this back in. Okay. Jesus Christ. All right, man. So this falls right in line with these simple motherfuckers trying to do shit for likes and trying to get on women good side. See, I was doing good today, man. Shit.
Like homeboy that got caught cheating, that was giving mad women advice.
Yeah.
Like, yo, stop messing with these dudes.
Yeah. Motherfucker out here simping, trying to be, I'm gonna be
that dude's still on the internet? He's still on Twitter?
I have no idea.
I haven't seen nobody post about him.
From him.
I never watched this shit before until the clip started rolling in, and then they started looking. Motherfuckers was investigating the background out the back of his car and shit. Like, yeah, that's the bitch house right there. But yo, man, like, you can't be serious with that shit, bro. Like, you go ahead, Pop. You go ahead and start this, man. Go ahead.
So for one, the phrase, when I don't want to keep being mad vulgar. When you say, yo, that's mine's, or she say, yo, this is yours, normally that's sex talk. You're saying that during sex. Like, I hope I can't speak for anybody, but I hope people are not just walking around saying, yo, that box is mine's. Like, huh? Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's something that's said during sex in the heat of the moment. But this quote isn't used like that. He's basically saying, if you want me to trick on you, you want me to spend on you, you want me to take care of you, then that gotta be mine.
Nah, that's what you want him to be saying. That's not what that say.
What it say?
It say, if you make that pussy mine,
you can have
give me that.
You get
these
this.
pockets is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other way around though. Not like he's like, you get what I'm saying? Like it's you don't get what I'm saying?
I feel like we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
No, we're not saying the same thing. Say what you said again, Pop.
He's saying, if you want me to take care of you and trick on you and spend money, then that box gotta be mine.
No, he's not saying that. He's saying, if you allow that pussy to be mine,
I'll do that.
Then I'll do that. It's the difference. There is a difference. There is a difference.
So what's the difference between what you said and he said?
The difference is the way Pop's saying it. He's making it seem like, and I think this is why Yeetity is upset about this.
Nah,
the way Pop is saying it, it's the female trying to claim the man's pocket.
Right.
So the man is saying, okay, if you want to claim my pockets, then you got to give me this. But the simping part comes in it.
I get it now.
You get it? The man is saying,
how
either give me that pussy, and if you give me that pussy and make that pussy mine, I'm gonna give you all this bread.
Either way, it's simping. However you want to do it, it's still simping.
No, it's simping.
Whichever one.
Simping. It's a different route.
The
to it,
chicken or the egg, you still simping at the end of the day. So when that was placed in our chat, the convo I think it went beyond what he was saying, and it was more about like, do women want to be taken care of, or do they want to be like a 50-50 relationship, I guess financially, because this is talking about sex and money, so that would have to be what it's talking about. And I just feel, bless you, I just feel like if we take it beyond the quote and we put it into people's households, it's stuff that come along with that. If you want to be taken care of and you don't want to work and you don't want to do anything other than just being taken care of, there's a different set of responsibility that come with that. And there's a certain kind of freedom that goes to the man who is 100% taking care of everything as well. And I feel like all women don't really factor all of that in. They don't think about it. They might not even understand that, because if we talking about, we could just talk about where we live. Me and Chips in New York. If you in New York, for me to have a home and I live with my girlfriend and she doesn't work, I have to be making a certain kind of money.
I ain't got it.
So the certain type of money that we talking about, now I feel like a fucking Kevin Samuel or something. It puts me at a top percent of an individual salary wise. And yeah, certain shit that's gonna come with that. Like if I'm making 300,000, 500,000 a year, all right, I might not care about you working. I don't need you to work. I could take care of this, that, and the third. But there's other things that's gonna come along. You might not need to work, but there's gonna be some other things that's gonna come along.
But you gonna work. But you gonna work. Let me sit back. My bad. Go ahead, Pop.
There's other things that's gonna come along with that, and people, I don't know if every female understand that. They just see the spoils and all of the gifts and whatever social media and TV want you to see. But listen, man, if you want to stay home and take care of the kids and cook and clean and make sure everything is sexually pleasured and don't be on my fucking nerves because I'm working extra hours, or I might travel for work or whatever it may be. Sit your ass down and be pampered and don't get on my nerves about the other shit.
Nah, say it right. Sit your ass down and shut fuck up.
But I don't think these girls really understand that. And then if we talking about athletes and rappers and stuff like entertainers, no, forget that. Just a person that makes that type of money is going to attract other women. And you better know that. You better understand that you are not the only person that's going to be attracted to this man that's making $300, $500, $1 million a year. And that's just something that comes with the territory, and that's something that you're going to have to deal with. Now, you could take a man that make a good amount of money, and it don't have to be 50-50. It could be whatever percentage I agree with, but you still bringing something to the table. But that's where we took it to. The actual quote, I don't think it went that far. The actual quote was, listen, if you give me that box, I'll give you whatever you want. And yeah, that's some corny shit. Go ahead, Chris, man. Go ahead, Chris.
So, I feel like it's simping because I feel like a dude saying shit like this is on some I want women to like me type shit. So I want to be on their good side. So that's why I feel like as a general, this shit is simping. The way I took this shit, or the way I'm taking this shit, now that I said as a dude, but even on the other side of it, I'm taking it exactly what you just explained, Pop. It's falling right in line with this whole narrative that as a woman, I shouldn't have to work. And as a man, you're supposed to want to take care of me and you're supposed to take care of everything. And it's bad practice if a man expects a woman to pay anything or chip in or help out. First of all, are you moving into my house or are we planning on building together? Because if we planning on building together, then motherfucker, you need to bring something to the table. We doing this together. We building together. We're trying to grow from you being single and your single income to me being single and my single income. And we're trying to plan and mold and build together and build a future together.
Real quick, wait, hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
If you made a certain amount of money and she wanted to not work but take care of home, you wouldn't be okay with that? Like if her income wasn't needed like at all, but she was saying she'd stay home, take care of the kids, blah 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 blah, you wouldn't be okay with that?
So I would. And here's the issue with that though. Because if I'm okay with that, you need to be okay with somebody. Like you said, there's some shit that you need to be okay with too, though. Don't expect me to come home and clean shit. Don't give me the you tired, and so like I'm not coming home to a hot meal, or I gotta come home and now cook or something like that. I think that's where the issue is I was raised in the facets of without a woman, I'm gonna be all right. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to take care of a house. So I've always been of the mindset of there are no gender roles. There are no gender-based roles. With the power that women have now put into place of Title IX and wanting equal opportunity and equal rights and equal say, I believe in that. I believe in that wholeheartedly. Like all jokes aside, like I'm the one that I'll advocate and ask for your opinion before making a big decision. You know what I mean? Like it's not a situation of I'm just doing it and you just got to deal with it or you got to be cool with it. But you can't have it both ways. If I'm the one, if you want to, revert back to old ways of me doing everything, you can't then also want Title IX treatment. You can't also want equal opportunity treatment at that point. Because now you're saying that that's not what you want. You don't want to be in that realm. You want to go back to the ways of old, which comes with, unfortunately, infidelity. It comes with, quote unquote, what's the fucking term? Not an A man. What's the fuck?
Alpha.
An alpha male mindset of you really can't say anything to me about what I'm doing. Your opinion doesn't matter at that point. Or
that's a bit much. Your opinion?
Listen, and unfortunately, that's just the way I look at it, to where, again, I see it as a negative. I see it as a whole negative, and I don't believe in that realm.
So you telling me if she ain't bringing nothing to the table financially, she can't have an opinion on stuff?
You can, but if I decide to move forward without it,
shut up.
Does your opinion really matter at that point?
It says shut up.
I mean, that's what he's saying.
No.
I'm just saying. Or you can't be mad that I'm not home. Like you said, it comes with me traveling. It comes with me being out of the house. I don't want to hear, oh, I need time. I'm sorry. These lights is on. I gotta be out here getting it. So for me, I feel like it's a contradiction of what women have fought for all these years. And then it's like, okay, well, in the day and age of these Instagram models and these women that are getting by on their looks, I remember all the times where women was like, yo, I want to be treated the way I'm treated based on my skill set, based on what I can do, not just how I look. And now that seems like that's the direction that shit is going in. So for me, it's like, is that really like what we're talking about now? And then you have guys, again, I feel like these guys are simping because, like you said, you don't feel like women really know what comes with that. I don't feel like guys really know what comes with doing that shit. So they like, yeah, that's what women saying they want. Yep, I'm all for it. They shouldn't have to pay for shit. Only motherfuckers that's really saying it is these fucking athletes and these rappers and shit. Yeah, they got that. Okay, it's a different type of standard. Fuck that. I'm not on that level yet. When I get there, maybe I might change my mind. Until then, like I'm of a facet of a different breed, I guess. I don't know.
And that's why I'm gonna jump in right here.
Yep.
That's why I ain't even gonna touch it. I'm gonna live in my reality. We 50-50, motherfucker. I ain't got it. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I ain't even gonna.
No, you don't want to do it, or you can't do it.
Both.
Both.
So if you could do it, you still don't want to do it.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You gotta, you know what? Because nothing is guaranteed. Whatever my hustle is, whatever my business is, I need something to fall back on. And if you're supposed to be my rock, you're supposed to be my rider, I need to be able to fall back on you. I need my right hand. That's just my thought process. Like anything, like I don't want, even if I had it, even if I was making 300 M's, right? I don't want somebody who don't have shit, who can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why the rappers and the athletes or whatever that got somebody alongside them that's doing them and bringing their own income into the house, I respect that more. Because we both out here getting it. We both out here getting it. And I know if my shit slow up, your shit still going. If your shit slow up, my shit still going. I think that's the way it should be. When it comes to, finance, like all this simping shit, I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? You want to take your lady out on a date, you want to buy drinks, you want to buy her a purse or whatever the case may be, that's different. But fully take care of? Nah, I don't want that. Like I don't want that. Like I need somebody that's out here getting their own. Right? Because 9 times out of 10 in 2022, a woman is gonna act like they holding their own in a relationship regardless. So they gonna act like they bringing in money when they really not, and that's gonna bring up arguments. And like you said, they don't know how to deal with all the other shit that comes along with me paying your way for everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They not gonna try to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be very, very few, very small percentage is gonna be like, yeah, you right, baby. Go ahead, daddy. Whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Very small percentage. You still gonna get these bars like they bringing in that bread. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even wanna touch it. My reality is I'm a 50-50 type of dude. Like I'm not doing that. Buying drinks or whatever the case may be, that's a different story. But taking care of, nah, I'm not taking care of you. We need to take care of each other, goddamn. That's it.
PH, I know you are in the corner. I don't know what's on the other side of that wall. I mean, I want you to be honest and truthful, but I also want you to be aware of your surroundings.
First off, the door is that way. If she was to come, it wouldn't be from back there. It'd be from over here, that way. And you see MizFitz coming straight this way, just like how my head right now. Okay? But no, I'm on Chip's and Chris' side. I'm not taking care of you. If you're not doing anything, nothing, not happening.
Yo, he got mad low.
No. Man, listen. The woman I went down, she's not that type of person. She ain't gonna sit down, and even if I was to tell her I was gonna take care of her, she'd tell me to shut up, and she's going to do something. If
Think about it.
No, seriously, like Chips was saying, if I had 300 M's and we had kids and stuff like that, yeah, she can stay home. If I'm up like that, yes, but not a regular job. I ain't got it like that.
I agree, man. I ain't gonna lie. If I had it.
Yeah, if I had
I would just leave it up to her. Honestly, I would just leave it up to her. If you want to do something, you can do it. But
we married with kids. I'm cool.
Word. I wouldn't really mind.
And she ain't cooking anyway because we're gonna have a maid and all that shit going on in the house anyway.
I think it would be like something that you love though. Like you ain't gonna go work a 9 to 5 at that point. You gonna go do something that you like that really intrigues you, or something that you always wanted to do, or some shit like that. But let me tell you something. Let my wife be 300 up and see if I'm going to work 9 to 5. Ain't happening. Ain't happening.
Right here.
I'm letting you know that right
you
now.
gonna be Kevin Hart in that whack ass movie.
I don't know what I'm gonna be, but I ain't gonna be a 9 to 5. I tell you
What's
that
that
much.
shit with him and
With Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. What's that movie? That shit on Netflix.
When he was in the PTA and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fact. I'll definitely be right at the
Be
school.
in every meeting.
Word.
Motherfucker with bacon cookies and everything. Fuck out of here.
Listen, man. I agree with y'all. I agree with everything y'all said. I know that if I was up a certain amount and like I'm only talking about like work, like I would be like, nah, you don't need to work. Like, nah. Now if you're doing something that's your dream or some shit like that, I'm all for it. I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna back you and all of that. But if you busting your ass and all that and I'm 300 up, nah, I can't. I wouldn't even feel right. I wouldn't even feel right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. That'll beg to differ. Like that'll bring on different conversations. Like, yo, why are you stressing yourself out? Like,
yeah.
That's why I said if I'm up, three. Only reason why I said 300 because Chip said 300. He still
it don't gotta be. It could be 30.
So for me, I liken it to the fact of, or the way that, you know what I mean? Like when we talking about, I'm rich. Nah, because if I'm rich, I want my crew to be rich. I want us to be rich. I want us to be hitting it. I don't want to just be the only one.
All right.
Because then at that point, the conversation gets different. The conversation changes and the mood changes and the atmosphere changes and you on a different level at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's my view on it. And that's like what I sort of compare it to.
Man, that was a good talk, man. That was a good convo right there.
Oh, man.
I like that.
Got my blood pressure up fucking with that simp shit, man.
This pod started off really, really, really bad with Chris's fucked up energy. But it smoothed it all out. It smoothed it all out.
Listen, man, my energy has been even the whole episode, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your man PH said, yeah, so she got to shut up. Get us out of here, Chris.
Yo, man, that last topic was a definitely a smoker. Leave your comments, man. Leave your comments.
Yeah,
like,
all y'all
share.
that's gonna take care of them chicks. Don't lie either.
Yo,
say y'all doing it.
Word. I want to see what everybody say on this one. Definitely do. Chip's gonna give you bars as soon as you go left, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm on it. I am on it.
But as always, man, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and we see y'all next time, man.
Peace.